Someone tweeted a bunch of different examples of where dozens and dozens of accounts are saying the same inflammatory things with the exact same wordage. Exact. And they're all like, they have numbers and letters in their accounts, like just random accounts. And, you go to their page, it looks kind of real. They have a photo. There's like them with a flag. It's like, and you go through it, but you get this sense like, oh, you're a bot. Like, you're not even a real person. Like, so you're an agent of, you're stirring up bullshit. So there's a certain aspect of our culture. I don't know what the percentage is, but there's a certain aspect of the conversations online that are being flavored by fake accounts that are designed to get people upset with each other.
Yeah.
It's like psychological warfare on a level that no one anticipated and no one's prepared for. Because when you have the two things we already discussed, like this adherence to the ideology no matter what, like you can't objectively, logically defend any of the things that are in opposition of it. Yeah. And then you have this.
So I noticed, obviously we follow each other on Twitter. You almost never, short of the recent thing you did with Peter Hotez, you almost never weigh in on anything. Was that sort of a conscious thing for you to step back?
Yeah. Well, with that one, it was like, okay, this is crazy. You're saying that he made some crazy tweet about neo-fascist leanings.
Yeah, I saw that.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, with Robert Kennedy Jr., with me, I'm like, this is dangerous. Like, what you're saying is totally untrue. Yeah. You know it's untrue. And you're willing to just say it because, the more you can discredit someone who's in opposition to some of your ideas, the more you can somehow or another in your weird game of checkers you're playing, like, elevate yourself. But you don't think people know what you're doing? Like, that's like the most clear neo-fascist? Like, what the fuck are you saying?
Did you feel more angry at the fact that you had already had a conversation with him and so there was some kind of personal connection between you two? I understand he's not your best friend.
For sure. I've had him on at least, was he on twice? Twice. I've had him on twice. I was very nice to him.
Yeah.
Even in disagreement with him, like in issues of health, I was very nice to him.
Yeah.
But you can't just say stuff like that. And, it's like, I just wanted to say, like, have a debate with the guy.
Yeah.
Like, have a debate with the guy.
So what ended up happening? I think it got up to like $2 million.
He's not going to do it. He won't do it. I don't think he wants to do it. And there's the idea that, like, Robert Kennedy would be too silver-tongued. Like, stop, come on. Because he's a lawyer, and he's really good arguing stuff. Like, if you either have facts or you don't have facts.
Right.
And if you're scared to debate the facts, I have to go, well, what are these facts? Right. Well, what's bothering you? Like, what are you worried that he might bring up? What are we saying?
It could be the case. So, for example, I've been often asked, why don't you debate creationists about evolution? And I take the position there of Richard Dawkins, which is it's not that I'm too haughty to debate anyone. It's that there's almost no chance that I could present any evidence that would cause you to alter your position.
Yeah.
So it's really a losing proposition. So could it be that Peter Hotez is coming from that perspective?
It could, but you know what I would say to that? Even in your case, it is preposterous for someone to not believe that at least there's a process of evolution at this stage of it's kind of crazy because there's evidence of things that are happening where things are adapting to their environment right now that we've tracked.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's a little antelope in the Congo that swims underwater and eats fish.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's called a diker. I think it's called a diker, D-I-K-E-R. I think that's how you say it. But this little animal evolved, lived on grasslands, and the grasslands became rainforest. And when the grasslands, these little, like, prairie animals are trapped inside the Congo. There's an amazing BBC documentary about it. But they've got, like, these things are evolving.
Yeah.
Like, they're figuring out how to swim.
But believe me, having spent 30 years trying to convince some of my academic colleagues about the value of evolution in studying human behavior, they'll go, la, 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 I don't want to hear it.
With human behavior.
Yeah.
And especially with, certain narratives. So this one is just swimming in the water. But these motherfuckers can go underwater. They can the dikers that they were talking about in the Congo. They can swim underwater for like 100 yards.
Why do I feel that the crocodile is about to hit it any second now?
Because we've seen too many of those videos.
that is arguably one of the scariest
scenarios.
Yes, yeah.
The scariest. The fucking scariest.
Sorry, I have to pause. Something happened with my video feed right now.
Oh.
It's mixing your two things really strangely. I need a.
Do we got a reboot?
Not a reboot. I just got to figure out what happened.
Oh, okay.
But we got everything else?
No, yeah. It's just when I cut to your camera, it's blending them together. In a
so the
strange way.
people only listening to audio, this is a special segment of the podcast that's only just for you.
There you go.
Because the video's fucked. Should we stop talking?
I mean, you can keep talking. It's just that the video looks weird, so I don't want to be a distraction.
All right. Well, let's fix it. We'll pause. We'll be right back. We're back.
All right.
Little technical difficulties.
I just want to close the parenthesis on something that happened from last show.
Oh.
Incredible story. You ready?
Yeah.
That actually speaks about connecting with people. So last show you had asked me, or not you had asked me, we were talking about who would be some guests that we'd really want to have on our respective shows. And you probably don't remember what my two celebrities were. Do you? By any chance?
I don't remember.
Clint Eastwood. And first, I appreciate his politics. I've been watching him since I was a kid in Lebanon. Number two was Burt Bacharach, who's, do you remember who that is?
I remember the name.
Burt Bacharach is the music composer who's basically written songs for everybody. He was featured in one of the Austin Powers movie where the guy says, "Ladies and gentlemen, Burt Bacharach." Anyways, after our chat aired, I go on my Instagram. I have a personal DM, private DM, from what looks like the account of Burt Bacharach, who's, arguably the biggest musical, composer in the United States. So I'm extremely excited. It turns out it was his son who said, "Oh, your clip with Joe Rogan was passed on to me, and I think it would be great I'd love for my dad to come on your show." Now, cut to the punchline, it never ended up happening. He recently passed away, so perhaps he wasn't, he was like 94, 95. But just the fact that you and I are having a conversation, someone else picks it up, and then my world can intersect with Burt Bacharach, whom there is no conceivable place where his world and mine would ever connect. That's the beauty of life.
Wow, that is the beauty of life. That's awesome.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
You are a connector, sir.
I try to be. Clint Eastwood would be an interesting guy to talk to. Like, the guy still works. He's like 93 years old. He's still out there making movies.
Yeah. Well,
he still enjoys it.